wipe your shoes. Come in and wipe your shoes. Come in, come in. I'm giving everybody a chance to come in, come in. All right, let's go, let's go. All right, yo, matter of fact, let's hear from Murder Mook in here real quick, right? Let's start off with Murder Mook while y'all get a chance to come in.
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Mook, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique. You know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, you know, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, you know, if, you know, should be slow, and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca audio, I feel it, and I like to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe. And it just took my mind way off of that. Way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
And from watching this man, I just felt like you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right. That's where we at. We're going to start this joint off. Put it on mute, big homie, because I can hear the noise in the background. Yo, so everybody come in. Let's get this right. We're going to talk about Karmelo Anthony and what's going on with this body cam being released, right? Because I know a lot of people is seeing things, you know. Hold up. Murder Mook is not supposed to be still playing. Hold up.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hold up. Is Murder Mook playing in the background? It's not supposed to be playing. I got somebody screwing me up in my head. Let me know what's going on, all right? Let me just start the show like if it's not playing. Is Murder Mook playing in the background? Put it in the comments. Let me see the comments over here, man. You know, because this is like beyond crazy. Hold up. So, Karmelo Anthony, right? They released the body cam. So, I'm going to get right to it, right? Because I want y'all to really see this to be able to tell me what you get from it before we get any further. You know, that's where I'm at. Let's show the body cam real quick.
Hold on.
And I'm just protecting myself.
If somebody is shooting the victim, they need to be over there.
Under a memorial tent.
Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me. Dispatch 443. I got the suspects, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right.
This is the full body cam. Sit back and enjoy the body cam.
Oh, look here.
Now, this is them walking them through.
Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Over here.
Imagine what went through his mind at this time.
Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspects detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance.
Could you imagine what Karmelo Anthony felt at this time? Y'all put it in the comments. Let me know what you think he felt at this time, but I'm going to break this down as what the body cam really showed, because a lot of people look at it and they see different things. Let me move over a little bit, you know? Let me get my comments up over here, get this right, you know? Okay, all right. So now, the camera caught the moment reality walked in on Karmelo Anthony. Let me tell y'all something real, right? The body cam didn't just show an arrest. It showed a life changing in real time is what we just looked at. Everybody online wants to argue. guilty, innocent, too much time, not enough time. But I'm looking deeper than that. I'm looking at the face. That's why I paused it where I paused to try to get the face the best I can. The breathing, the confusion, the shock. That's not entertainment. That's consequence for an action. That's the moment a young man realized his life is not a game. And now I'm going to give the jewel to that, right? Check this out that I just added. You ready? All right, now I'm gonna get a jewel. All right, relax. I know that's dope, right? But thank you for the Cash App. That's what's at the top. You already know. Hit the icon. Make sure it says created 2020. And you know, I'm always building something new here. The camera shows the moment. Prison shows the cost of that moment, and the cost of that moment for bringing a knife to school and getting in that altercation and using it and getting arrested and getting the handcuffs put on them. That's the cost of that moment. All right. Now, 5 seconds can turn into 35 years. This is what young people don't understand. The decision is fast. The sentence is slow. The emotion is fast. The prison time is slow. The reaction is fast. The regret is slow. One moment can change your whole future on a payment plan you can't afford. Could you imagine paying 35 years to society in prison for violating society? Now, let me just get to the jewel real quick. A quick reaction can create a lifetime bill. I was sentenced to 26 years. I was sentenced to life plus 20 in federal prison and wound up serving 26 years because the Honorable Donald Trump came in and made the First Step Act, and that's what brought me and a lot of my comrades home, and other comrades are still trying to benefit from it. And I think that gets a round of applause. I think that gets a round of applause. You know, relax. All right, relax, man. Relax. Can I ride? I just want to know, can I ride? Now, when fear and pride collide is what we're going to talk about right now, right? A lot of situations don't start with evil. They start with pride. Somebody feels disrespected. Somebody feels challenged. Somebody feels trapped. Then fear jumps in. The ego jumps in. Then everything turns dark. That's when thinking leaves the room and consequence walks in. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because I'm about to give you the jewel. All right? Now, pride makes decisions that pain has to live with. That's the jewel. Pride makes decisions that pain has to live with. And now he's living with the pain of being incarcerated for 35 years for what he done. Now, being that people still coming in and all that, let me jump over here real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all
For the first time, we're
this
getting
story.
a look at images and video presented in the murder trial against a convicted 19-year-old. A jury found Karmelo Anthony guilty of stabbing a student athlete to death during a high school track meet last year in Frisco. Jobin Paniker reports.
Frisco 911, what is the location of the emergency?
We're at Kuykendall Stadium. My friend just got stabbed.
For the first time, the larger public is hearing
I have an athlete that was stabbed.
and seeing what a jury had to before convicting Karmelo Anthony of murder in the death of Austin Metcalf under this Memorial High School tent. Late Friday, the 296th District Court in Collin County released most of the evidence presented at trial. The 911 calls played in court detail the struggle to keep Austin Metcalf alive.
Stay with me. Stay with me, Austin.
A coach testified to doing compressions. You can hear the chaos in the background.
Is he breathing? Yes, ma'am.
One witness testified it was Austin Metcalf's brother, Hunter, you mostly hear.
Come on, Austin. Come on, Austin.
The state's evidence shows the moments of the altercation under that tent, but not clearly. The video spotlights Karmelo Anthony's movements immediately after the stabbing. Anthony runs down the bleachers, runs toward an exit. A jog turns into
y'all
a slow
paying
walk.
attention to this?
There were
Do you
student
see what
witnesses
is
who
happening?
testified to pointing out Karmelo
Hold
Anthony
up.
as he left.
You see how
Anthony
they pointed
would
him out?
ultimately
You see how
walk
they
out.
pointed him out as he left? You know? Now, go ahead and finish what you're doing, Akeith. Yo, go ahead and help me finish what you're doing. He's trying to put the chats up so I can see the chat, so I can't really see the chat, so bear with me. We're working. This is how we're doing it. All right? So just sit back. That's why I played the tape for y'all to get it. And, you know, so the body cam doesn't care about options, right? The body cam don't care about options. The body cam is cold. It don't care about race. It don't care about social media. It don't care about sides. It don't pick a side. It records what it sees, but it can't record what's in a person's soul. It can show tears. It can show panic. It can show fear, but it can't show the next 35 years that this man have to serve in prison and what he'll endure. But you can come to Unique Mecca Audio and take a vicious ride and learn what he's gonna have to go through, because I just did 35 years with my brother Self that's on the phone. Big shout out to Self. What's the name of your podcast, Self? Let me give you a shout out. And where you at on Instagram? My brother Self in my ear tonight. That's my co-assistant, so bear with me. This is family. And I'm waiting 30 minutes for him to tell me his name, so I'm going to keep on with my show. So let me hit the jewel. A cameraman, right? Like I said, a camera can record a scene, but it cannot carry the sentence for you. Remember that. A camera can record a scene, but it cannot carry the sentence for you. Now, the mother's pain is in the background. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the mother's pain in the background. Every time I see a young man arrested, I think about the mother. Because the mother doesn't just lose a son. She loses birthdays. She loses holidays. She loses peace. She answers calls from prison. She hears the pain in his voice. My mother heard the pain in my voice, and every time I got on the phone with my mother would be like, "What's wrong, baby?" Yo, for real, my mother would be like, "What's wrong, baby?" I'd be like, "Nah, ma, everything good." She's like, "Nah, baby, I know when something wrong. What's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Man, I'm about to put the knife in this mother." You know what I mean? And mom would say, "Yo, you trying to get home to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, but he pissed me off." And she's like, "Relax. You know I raised you better than that. If he pissed you off that bad, imagine how many other men he pissed off. Let someone else do the dirty work. He'll get his." And it always plays out. I mean, I'm sorry I had to be so graphic. You know what I mean? But I just had to let you know that these are the thoughts that he's going to be going through. I'm just trying to give it to you real, raw, and uncut. You know? People forget that families do time without a number. They don't have to be sentenced to do time. But let me give you a jewel real quick, right? I got to give you a jewel. Now, when one person goes to prison, the whole family loses freedom and peace. They all lose freedom and pieces. Everybody's losing something. The streets don't prepare you for the look. The streets teach you how to act tough. They don't teach you how to face a judge. They teach you how to react. They don't teach you how to think. They teach you pride. They teach you restraint. When the cuffs are on, all the street education disappears. Now, the jewel in that. The streets give lessons, but prison gives final exams. I'm doing this like a final exam, like I'm your professor teaching you right now about the streets, prison, and how to prevent it, not go down there and everything like that, right? So everybody is loud until the door closes. Online, everybody's tough. You know those trolls in flip-flop wearing in public rat bastards that I talk about. Everybody got answers. Everybody knows what they would do. But prison changes the volume from high to low to non-existent. The cell door closes and all that noise gets quiet. No crowd, no comments, no supporters yelling. Just you and the decision that brought you there. Now, you know it's jewel time. The loudest people outside usually get the quietest on the inside. And that's the jewel for that. Let me tell you something real quick, right? So y'all understand. You know, I always got to run this down because I know a lot of y'all don't understand stuff going on over there, right? Check it out. I already got my 100,000 plaque, and I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all for my 100,000 subscribers. Relax, 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 man, relax. But the fight is not over yet, right? Because right now, this type of content is so real and raw and uncut. They're not pushing it. But they left it up to you that you could push it. All you got to do is hit a like, hit an emoji, give a comment, and that's it. And a hype button. And then others will see this video because you know the youth need to see this video. But the powers that be feel that they'll rather give the youth who's telling on who's shooting who's arming who got a lawsuit. That's what the powers that be want to give you. But if you want to give this message, just hit the like button, put a comment, a little emoji, say something. Say love the content, fire emoji. And that's what pushes it into the atmosphere. Now, let me get back to the show, right? Oh yeah, and don't forget, right? If you want to know who I am, cop my book, A War in Harlem. I'm unique Mecca audio from Harlem. I served 26 years in federal prison for violating my community, and I apologized 100 times over and went to prison for selling 330 kilos of crack cocaine, 1987 up until 1993, where then I spent the next 26 years and a half of my life in a federal prison for poisoning my community. And that's why I apologize. And that's why I'm trying to get back to my community now by reaching the youth. And you can help by hitting the like button, comment emoji, the hype button. You know how to do it. All right, let's keep it moving. The body cam showed the beginning, not the punishment. That's what you got to, we're going to ride with that. Right? I'm going to take you on a nice ride with that, right? People think the punishment is the arrest. No, that's just the opening scene. The punishment is the calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, same wall, same door, same count. 35 years is not a number. It's a lifestyle forced onto you. And that's why I'm just going to get it to you real quick. All right, you see, I rock this. It's nice, right? That's where the Cash App come from. Make sure you hit the icon that say it was created in 2020 because, you know, you got the flip-flop wearing in public rat bastards that done duplicated my account on social media. But you hit the icon, it'll tell you when it's created. The account was created. That's the only thing they can, you know, duplicate. That's how you authenticize it. Now, this is bigger than Karmelo. I'm going to show you how this is bigger than Karmelo. I'm going to take you on a nice ride tonight, right? This is about every young man watching, every young man with anger, every young man with pride, every young man who thinks he has forever. You don't have forever. You have decisions. And the decisions dictate your future. And every decision has a receipt. The streets won't pay it for you. Your friends won't pay it for you. Your mother can't pay it for you. You must pay it. But your mother will pay it with you when she has to go to your funeral or go visit you in a prison. Now, the jewel for that, right? I love telling my jewels, right? The decision is yours, and so is the consequence. You have to wear them both. Final warning to the youth, right? This is the final warning I'm going to give you, so y'all listen up and listen up good. I'm not here to disrespect nobody. I'm not here to celebrate nobody's downfall. I'm here because I served 26 years in federal prison for screwing up my life, and I don't want you to screw up yours. I know what that door sounds like when it slams shut. I know what the screams in the dark represent. When you hear a man down the tier losing his mind. I know what regret feels like. I know what it means to watch life keep moving while you stand still. For 26 years, I stood still and the world went woof. And then they put me out here in 2020 from 1993. And they got, look at this. Look at this. This is the greatest part ever. They got cell phones that fit in the palm of your hand. I had a G.I. Joe battery pack over my shoulder. And then I had the Nokia with the plastic antenna that came up. You old timers remember that. And if you wanted to see porn, you had to get a VHS or a Betamax. Do y'all even know what a VHS or Betamax is? Or go to a hotel and put it on channel 3. But now you got porn in the palm of your hand. All that I miss, you know how much Karmelo's gonna miss from that one bad decision? You know how much you would miss as a young man from your one bad decision? You don't want to go into, a phone over your shoulder with a battery pack to coming out to now. This is what the world is using? Wake up. Wake up. Now, walk away while you still can. That's all he had to do, was walk away. And I know it's easy to say it in hindsight, but a lot of y'all is going through that right now today, and I'm telling y'all to walk away. If somebody comes up to you and say, hey, you're sitting under the wrong tent, or whatever they want to tell you, right? What do? You just tell them straight up, man, hold up, my bad. Let me move. This is not my school tent. I'm not going to do that. So I don't really understand what's going on with this and why it's going on like that, why we can't come together and understand what's real. But I'm going to give you the jewel in that. The strongest move is not proving you're dangerous. The strongest move is protecting your freedom. Remember that. Now, right? The viral questions, right? If I go into viral questions, I don't want to, they sound like we slowing down. We picking up the numbers though. I'm going to play some music right now. This is what we going to do, because y'all don't understand. I just ran the whole joint down to you. I done showed you the plaque. I'm breaking it down like no one else going to break it down. They don't want this message to get out. You understand what I'm saying? You have to hit the like button and put a comment, emoji, a couple of words, put a comment. I'm going to let y'all hear my outro for y'all just calm. It's some gangster joint. Just listen to the music while I set up my things in the back. But before I do that, let me call my engineer and I'm going to let y'all play this music. All right?
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, keep it moving, put a comment emoji, something, I'm getting ready to come back, keep it moving.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what?
All right, let's go. Y'all, my camera's not on. Why is my camera not on? Let's get to the camera. We're going to get this camera right. Check my camera out, Keith. My camera's not on, so we're going to get the camera on real quick. But, we're going to take you on a vicious ride. My camera done went dark, so bear with me. We're going to bring me back, But I just really want y'all to understand that we have to be there to talk to the youth. We can't say that we give up. They don't know no better. They're not going to this. They're not that. Nobody's listening. It don't work that way. You have to try. If you don't try, then you're held responsible yourself. Yeah, you held responsible yourself. All right. I don't know where the camera at. My man over here, hold up. All right. Hold up. We're going to try and get the camera back here. Yeah. All right. We're going to bring the camera in. All right. Let me know if y'all can see me now. Yeah, so you can see me now, right? All right. So we riding. All right. Let me put the counter back up. Need to see the counter for the YouTube. All right. So we riding. How many likes we got? Y'all put in the comments how many likes y'all see, because y'all have to work together with the likes, man. You know what I mean? Now, I need to be able to read all of this. I got to move this over a little bit. Bong, like that. And it done disappeared. I need to move that over so I can see it. All right. But let me bring this over a little bit. I'm trying to be able to see these comments. So I can put these comments up there for y'all. Because y'all putting your comments, you know what I mean? So bear with me, but it's hard. There goes something. Hell, you know I ain't going to show nothing else. So let me move this over here, man. Hold up. Now, I want to move this over here. This is what I'm going to do, because I need this. You got this bullshit. I need this like this, man. This is how I need to see it. I need to be able to see this so I can work this when I do this. So now, let me get back to this, right? Because I'm distracted, because it's like I'm trying to do me and they won't let me do me. Now, the 10 viral questions is, did the body cam change how you look at Karmelo? Next question, is 35 years justice or too much? What part of the video hit you the hardest? Do young men understand how fast life can change? Put this in the comments. This is a quick question. I'm going to get back to another joint for you in a minute. Is pride more dangerous than fear? Should schools show real consequences and stories like this? Do families serve time too? Would walking away have saved everybody? What would you tell a teenager watching this video right now? Is one moment enough to define a whole life? That's what I want to know. But you know what I want to hear real quick, my man? Y'all, I just want y'all to, get time to come in, because the numbers is jumping up. And we need to move this over so I can see this number. Reset this right here. Right. Reset this like that. That way I can see the whole number. Lock it in like that. All right. So now, this is where, matter of fact, let me give you the intro real quick, man. Make sure y'all go hit that like button. We got to get this out there to get the people moving. I'm going to let you hit 30 seconds. That's it. The intro is flyer, bounce, and I'm going to give you an old school DJ voice in the background so you can see how we used to do it in the rooftop and back in the day, the disco fever and all that. All right. I'm going to take you back on a journey. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. All right. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Keep it moving. So that's where we at. Just want to make sure y'all fully understand what's going on. We talking about Karmelo, how he's trapped in the cage. I'm getting ready to come up, and we're going to vibe in a minute. But right now, I want y'all to fully understand that we in this fight. Now, this is number 2, right? This is number 2, right? Karmelo Anthony. We're going to talk about what the body cam didn't show, right? Now we're going to tell what it didn't show. The video ends, but the sentence doesn't. That's what the video didn't show you. That it ended, but this is where the sentence continued. The body cam cuts off. The internet moves on. The comments slow down, but prison doesn't stop. That's what people miss. The video is minutes. The sentence is decades. That's the part the camera cannot show you. And we're going to go right into the jewel. The clip ends fast, but the consequences keep breathing and breathing until you suffocate with time. The first night alone is different. You notice like the first night this young man laid in the cell after he was free to run around thinking he gonna beat it, all the hope in the world, and then now they grabbed him from in the courtroom, tell him 35 years, put him in a cell after they stripped him butt naked, tell him to bend over, cough, and spread his cheeks, and then tell him, good boy, go on over there to the side and put those raggedy clothes on we gave you. And then they put him in a cell, and that's what he looked like. Look at the picture behind me. That's what he looked like sitting on his bunk. I'm giving you the real what's happening in Karmelo Anthony's world right now. And the war within his mind to keep his sanity. After the noise comes silence. The first night is different. There's no family. No phone, but normal. No normal bed even. Yo, the mattress they give you is this thick. And they put it on a concrete slab. Now, like I said, the first night is different because you ain't got your family, you ain't got your phone, no normal bed, no comfort. Just steel and concrete. A thin mattress and your thoughts attacking you. Pointing out everything that you ever did wrong in life, any mistake or step you made that might have been out of whack, it's gonna attack you when the lights go out. And don't start thinking that I gotta deal with this for 35 years, because you'll go crazy and in the psych ward in 35 minutes. You have to do it one moment at a time. Out here, they say, oh, do it one day at a time. No, we do it 1 second of a time. So we can keep our pace, and then we do it a minute at a time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, a day. That's when we graduate, when we can do it 1 day at a time. But right now, he's trying to figure out how to do it a minute at a time because that world, as slow as it is moving so fast to him. And if he's thinking about that 35 years, BK Finance, what up? You know what I mean? Deborah, 1963, Vault Keeper, see you. Where my mods at? Need y'all to come in here because this getting ready to get real deep right now. This getting ready to get so deep, right? Now, let me get at you. My man told me to hook that up. Right? I like that. The body can be locked up, but the mind is where the real battle begins. To walk to the cell is worse than to walk to a car. The police car is one thing. I'm talking about the walk to the cell is worse than the walk to the police car after they put the cuffs on you, so y'all pay attention to where I'm at. Yo, y'all better make sure you hit that like button, bro. I'm gonna have to keep hitting you with that, man. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, relax. Let's get back to the show. So now, this is where we at, right? Let me see. Yeah, okay, got the double. I like that. Something different. All right, so we're going to talk about the walk to the police car, how bad that is, man. The police car is one thing. The cell is another. The police car still feels temporary. The cell feels permanent. When that officer walks you down that hallway, you hear keys. I hate keys. I'm going to tell you why I don't like keys. Okay, I ain't supposed to use the word hate, but I ain't going to front. I do. Right? Because when something violent happened in the prison and it's a physical confrontation, the police have on the radio a little button that they hit that's called the deuces. When you hear the deuces, you hear the whoop, 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 and all the sirens and everything, and then you hear the boots running down the hall, and then you hear the keys jingling because they got so many keys on their belt. I'm so shell-shocked. I was walking the other day on 3rd Avenue in the Bronx, and I hear keys jingling, and I put my back to the store wall and start reaching for my banger. His Banky Pound say, what do you call it? A Bethlehem? You know, put in the comment what Banky Pound say. Go check out Banky Pound. Tell the fire prison story. That's my brother. But that's how real dudes look out for real dudes, right? But check it out, right? I put my back to the wall because I heard keys jingling. And then I looked down and there was a little kid about 5 years old with his mother's keys twirling on his finger. And from my psychological trauma of dealing with the deuces in the prison, I thought that the police or somebody was coming to get me and violence was happening. I didn't want to be a part of that. So I put my back against the wall and I took a deep breath and I'm reaching. And when I see this kid doing it, I thought to myself, imagine if I wasn't mentally stable and I actually had my bang on me right now. These innocent people may have gotten hurt. But see, the psych told me from in the prison, it's normal to have thoughts of violence, blood, doing something to somebody, but it's abnormal when you act on it. You could always think, I want to smack the crap out of them. So don't make me say, I just want to stab them, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter how violent you put it, as long as you don't act on it. That's what the psych had to teach me, right? But y'all think about that. Put it in the comments. Do you agree with that or disagree with that? But like I said, them keys jingling, when that officer walks down the hallway and I hear them keys, or I hear the doors and the voices and the footprints of the boots running, and every step tells my spirit, you're not going home if you don't protect yourself. Denial dies, right? That's the jewel, right? I got to get a bell. Let me get a bell, right? Relax. Denial dies one step at a time. The sound of the door changes you when you hear that door slam behind you. When it slams shut, boom, boom. I don't care how tough a person thinks they are. The door has a sound. It's not just metal, it's finality. Because your freedom is sealed. That sound tells you your mother can't open it. Your friends can't open it. Your lawyer can't even open it tonight. Only time controls that door now. When freedom has a lock on it, time becomes your boss. Remember that, huh? When freedom has a lock on it, time becomes your boss. Now, right, let's check it out. Cause we riding. What we doing? We riding, right? Now, Karmelo have to learn prison politics. Y'all want to learn about some prison politics with Karmelo right now? Let's go. Hold on. Put a couple of these comments up here because y'all been riding like a mother with these comments. We're going to get this one look long. I ain't even read it. Those clothes are the worst. I keep thinking about slavery, seeing Karmelo Anthony in that picture. He's definitely on the plantation now with officers used to control the population. What y'all think about that? Put in the comment, deep comment right there. Let's see what Deborah got to say. This channel has touched me. Some truth and a good man telling it. Oh, I'm going to give you nothing but the truth, sister. And just so y'all understand that the Cash App is on the screen, make sure you hit the Cash App, hit the icon. It says that it was created in 2020. That's the only one that's mine. How you think I get to create these little, to give you the jewels and all that? How you think we get to take a ride? Without the donation. Let's keep it moving. And let me go back to, the prison politics you have to learn. You know what I mean? Prison is not just bars. It's rules, silent rules, unwritten rules, rules nobody teach you in school. Who to speak to, who not to speak to, where to sit, where to move, how to carry yourself. One mistake inside can create another problem on top of the first problem. Like you either defending yourself and taking someone's life or someone taking yours. Now I'm going to have to give you the jewel to that. You see how fly this is, right? Prison punishes the unprepared twice. Remember that. Prison punishes the unprepared twice. Now, let's go, right? Y'all want to talk about the internet? The internet doesn't live in the cell with you. Now, we're going to talk about how the internet don't live in a cell with you, man. Everybody online got opinions, but opinions don't sleep on that bunk. Opinions don't stand for count. Opinions don't eat that nasty food they put on that tray. The internet can talk, but he has to live it. That's the difference between watching Consequences and wearing it. I got to give a jewel to that. The crowd can debate your sentence, but only you have to serve it. You see what I'm saying? Only you have to serve it. You see, I just double the screen up, put it in there. I ain't want to do that. We'll figure out how to do that. You know, I'm just showing you that, but I just want y'all to understand that we in here right now. We take you to the Twilight Zone, into the matrix of what it's like to be in prison. All right? Let's find it. Now, the jewel, like I said, the hardest enemy is regret. The hardest enemy is regret. Right? Let me move this and then come back to that y'all see a little adjustment. May see I can move this joint all around for you. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm even gonna play this. Give me a time. I'm gonna give y'all some time. I'm gonna give y'all some time to hit that like button, hit the comment, and the emoji, and what's the other thing? The hype button and all that. So you know, I really love my theme song. No, I ain't gonna front. But let's hear from Murder Mook real quick. Let's hear from Murder Mook so we can see. And if anybody wanna give their speech or their spiel on what they get from Unique Mecca Audio, just make a video like what, right, my man Murder Mook did, but hold your phone in this angle here. Hold your phone like this and send me a video to the phone number on the screen. But I'm gonna let you see how I touch people. And if anybody know anything about this man, this is Murder Mook. This one of the #1 battle rappers, if not the #1 battle rapper that's representing right now. He goes up against everybody. Some people think he the best, some think he not. I think he the best. Let's keep it moving.
Hey, what's going on, man? Murder Mook, Harlem, you know what it is, man. I just want to express how much gratitude I got for Unique. You know what I mean? I was telling him a story, telling him how I felt about, if anything was to go wrong with my career, rap-wise, if, should be slow, and I got so many opportunities to be able to do the wrong shit. When I watch Unique Mecca Audio, I feel it, and I like to my soul, and that's keeping me farthest away from doing anything criminal. Anything criminal. He made me think straight, honestly. Made me think straight, because I've been watching him for about a year, like a year now, maybe. And it just took my mind way off of that. From a year ago, it got rough. For a year ago,
Yeah.
and from watching this man, I just felt like you saved me. You saved me. And I just want to show my gratitude, and I want to say thank you, man. Unique Mecca Audio, anything you need, brother, from me.
All right.
Anything you need, man.
All right. All right. You know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We in the building. Let me show you what time it is. Right? We're going to talk about the hardest enemy is regret. Yo, the number's on the screen if anybody want to call in. And hold up, man. I ain't even put the link in the comment. Let me put the link down there, man. Copy that. Let me see. Hey, man, put the link in the comments for me over here in the stream, y'all. All right, let me see. I think I can just do it this way. Hold up. Give me a second, y'all. Hold up. Let's see. This is the link right here. See, I learned how to do all this on my own after 26 years in prison. Hold up. All right, and then I'll put the comment here. Let me see if it works. Give me a second, y'all. Wow. That way y'all could, come on to join if you want, All right, so it worked. There it is. All right, so that's the link for y'all to come in, and the phone number is on the screen. But let me tell you about the hardest enemy and why it's regret. People think, I got my mouse bugging. All right. People think prison is mostly about other inmates. That's not always true. Sometimes your biggest enemy is your mind. You replay everything. You replay arguments. You replay movements. You replay moments. And every replay ends the same way, with you still locked in a cell. Now, regret is a cell with no bars. That's the jewel. The world keeps moving without you, just so you understand. This is the dark part, right? I'm going to take you into the dark part, you know? While you sit in prison, life keeps moving. People graduate. People fall in love. People get jobs. People have children. People forget. That hurts too. The world doesn't stop because your life stopped. And you already know. The calendar never visits prison. The first year will test Karmelo's soul. Day 1 is shock. Week 1 is confusion. Month 1 is adjustment. But year 1 is the truth. That's when a person decides, will I grow? Will I break? Will I become bitter? Will I become better? Prison will ask that question every morning. Prison doesn't just expose your past. It challenges your future. Now I'm going to show you how the lesson is bigger than the case, right? I hope y'all understand how the lesson in this situation is bigger than the case of Karmelo Anthony. This is not about choosing sides. This is about saving somebody else. Some young man is watching this, or woman. Some young man is angry right now. Some young man is carrying a knife. Some young man thinks he has to prove something. I'm telling you, don't do it. Because the people hyping you up would not do that time with you. Remember that. Now I got to give you the jewel. Never let people who won't visit you convince you to risk your freedom. Remember that. All right? I'm going to say that again. Never let people who won't visit you convince you to risk your freedom. Let's get this thing right, man. Now I'm going to ask you all these questions so you'll put in the comment, because I already told you we're going to run it again until y'all fully understand. I done earned my plaque. You see, the content is fire. 100,000 subscribers mean nothing to YouTube right now when you putting out fire that could save someone. You have to hit the like button. You got to put a comment, and you got to hit the hype. That's why they had it the hype. They make us work extra hard to save your babies. You know? Now, question 1, what do you think about the body cam did not show? What do you think the body cam didn't show? I broke down my version of what it didn't show. You put in the comments what you think the body cam didn't show. Now, is the first night in prison the real wake-up call to you? Question number 3, can a young person survive 35 years mentally? A 19-year-old like Karmelo that never been to prison? Can a young person survive 35 years mentally? Does the internet make cases worse, in your opinion? Do the internet make cases worse? Right? I got a caller calling in. Let me see what my man talking about. Hold up. Yeah, what up? You on the air, family? Yo. Don't slow my show down with this slow fly talking. What's up, son? Say what you want. You here. You on the show. You live. All right. What's going on? All right. Tell them who you are, where you from, and what's your question. What's your topic? Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, my topic is, you talking Chemo Dog. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, also known as Josie Outlaw Wells. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm in Clinton Danham Hall. You know what I'm saying? The Supermax, doing the time that I'm doing, trying to get my freedom back. At the end of the day, I'm doing what I got to do, and hopefully everything will prevail because I'm not giving in or giving up.
All right. So what do you tell them what you in there for real quick and how much time you're doing? When they, just keep it, to the point so that they understand how real this is, and tell them how long you've been in there, what year you went in. Let them know something about you without getting personal with how the case played out. Tell them the emotional mind state that you go through to survive in there. But that's what we're talking about. All right. And how long you've been dealing with it. Let's go.
Okay. Well, basically, I've been up in here going on 30 years. I was given 50 years. And at the end of the day, I was framed by corrupted police. You know what I'm saying? In the courts of me being incarcerated, I have been put through all types of trials and tribulations with mistreatment and abuse to stop me from reaching out to the courts. But I haven't let that stop me. So at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here and I continue to fight and continue to strive for justice, hoping I can bring about transparency. But in the course of me being up in these walls, I sit back and I watch these racist people that do not care nothing about human life, especially people of color, black like myself. But at the end of the day, black don't crack. We gonna keep going. We ain't gonna stop. And with that being said, I will prevail. But I've been up in here for 30 years. You understand me? I spent 22 years in solitary confinement. Never broke, never choked, and ain't gonna never struggle. At the end of the day, I'm a firm believer that I gotta do this time and not let this time do me, because I'm an innocent man, and I ain't giving in.
So what was that 32? What was that 30 years like in solitary confinement? Break that down on the mind state, how you handled that.
Being, locked down 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? In a solid, closet, 8x8 full cell. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you're not being able to do something with your mind, being able to read, being able to exercise, being able to think outside the box, knowing that this is just momentarily, you can't allow your mind to be stuck in it, because I watch so many people snap. I watch them hang themselves. I watch them cut themselves up. I watch them do all type of madness, self-harm, because they couldn't put up with isolation. But at the end of the day, it's all about the mind. You know what I'm saying? So me being able to read, exercise, being able to eat, even when I couldn't even eat what I want to eat, because they feed me toxic food. So you got to be able to navigate and be able to preserve, get certain food and put it up. So when it gets tough and it gets a rainy day, you got something just to keep you afloat. You know what I mean? And being up in the cell with nothing but, your greens, your legal work, no food, no phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the mail don't go out or come in. The food is being what you call sabotage, all type of stuff in it. You know what I mean? So you got to pick through it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't just eat at all. You got to go 2-3 weeks without eating no food. You know what I'm saying? But the body is built for it.
My camera
is strong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Talk to him. Put my camera up there, Keith. I don't see my camera. But go ahead, keep letting them know what it's like. Did you hear anything about that Karmelo Anthony case?
Yeah, man. I was listening to the podcast, man. The type of trials and tribulations, man, that he's about to face. So if he's not, well,
I got
into himself. You know what I'm saying? You got to be into himself. You got to love yourself. You can't let these people get you to hate yourself. Because once they get you to hate yourself, then you self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you in charge, no matter what they put you through.
Okay, all right. Okay, hold on. Pause. Do you know about the Karmelo Anthony case that's going on out here? I know you on the inside 30 years. Did you hear about that case, or do I need to explain it to you?
Yeah, you need to give me more intel, on it.
All right, so let me finish and get right to it, because I know the people want to hear this from you. I've been there and I'm out here now, so I look at it different, but it's still the same morals and principles. So what we're dealing with, we got a young man that was 17 years old. He went to a high school track meet. It was raining. He was supposed to be on the field stretching, but he went up to get out the rain and went under the tent. And then it was these two twin brothers. One of the brothers went up and told him he could not sit under the tent. And I guess he didn't want to move or whatever. And then, the dude pushes him and he pulls a knife and he stabs him with a pocket knife in his chest. and he winds up, you know, unaliving him. And then now he gets arrested and he was on trial. Yo, put it on mute or something because your joint is sounding nasty, right? Yeah. So let me finish. Put on mute. Put your phone on mute. Yeah. So he goes to trial and he winds up blowing trial. He tried to say self-defense because the dude pushed him, but the jury didn't buy it. So they found him guilty, and it happened when he was 17. It just ended when he's 19, and now he's in state prison, and the jury sentenced him to 35 years, and he was taken into custody because he was out on bail, and he has never been in jail before in his life. And then the day they sentenced him, they put him in handcuffs from in the courtroom and tell him that he has to serve 35 years in state prison for the crime. He's 19 now. He was 17 when this happened. What do you think he's getting ready to experience, and what advice would you give to the young people about that? You could take it off mute, family.
Yeah, well, you know, that's really what you call unseen occurrence. You know what I mean? You know, it's bad that he was put in such a situation like that. And sometimes...
Hold on. How you say he was put in that situation? Explain that.
He was put in that situation by the way it all went down. You understand me? And when you put in certain situations, when you feel you got to protect yourself, and you're not thinking that you really can run away from it, because sometimes. All right.
Pause. So now we're gonna have a conversation. You said that he was put in a situation. I think he put himself in that situation, because he took the knife with him to school. That's the same way, you know, you old gangster, when the first time you put that gun in your waist, and you know, any little thing you ready to bust off. So, you know, he put himself in that situation. You can't say that, you know, you just said he's in the situation. What do you think about that? If I'm wrong, if you feel I'm wrong, tell me.
Well, listen, right? You know, and the way, you know, society is today, understand me? Kids feel that they got to go with protection everywhere they go, because there's no what you call boundaries and no rules being set. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about people, places, and things. You know, the school should never be a place where you have to take a knife. That should be a place where you learn. So it shows you the schools is not really grooming our kids the right way, because they allowing them to have this type of, you know, insecure of being in school, being safe. You understand me? And then you got the parents that's not checking the kids when they go to school, but really finding out what's going on in school. So now the kids feel like he's alone. You understand me? Because he really got nobody to go to and tell what's going on. And he wants not to seem like a punk, but he want to seem like a man when he's really a kid there trying to learn. Okay? And then you worry about how your peers is looking at you. And when you worry about what people think about you, it causes you to get in serious trouble. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you see certain things, you got to know how to avoid. You know, they got to be taught. Even if you see someone coming aggressive at school, you got to be the smart guy and help and go away from it. And taught to walk away from it, okay? But sure, wouldn't have hurt him. You understand? You might have been, you know, pride hurt or whatever, but it's a film. He can get over it. He can't just get over this 35 years that he's facing. And this today is going to make him think that he should have done something different, but like not have the knife. But being that you got the knife and you ain't have the knife just to be having it, and when something like that happens, your first result is you going to use that. You understand me? So having the knife is the biggest mistake he had. You understand me? Being put in the situation that he's put in caused him to react like he reacted, and it cost him his life, because they not looking at, oh, they came against him, they shot him. They don't care about that. They don't care about none of that. It's just to look at us, people, especially people of color, as collateral damage. It's all about numbers. So you got to outthink them and not put yourself in that predicament. It's all about avoiding being in a bad situation.
All right, hold up, son. So they said, this is what they said, right? They said 3 other kids came at him and approached him under the tent, and then one of them pushed him when they told him to leave, and he tried to stand his ground. So how you react to that?
Well, at the end of the day, right, if 3 dudes is coming to tell you to get out of the tent, you already know this situation can turn deadly. Especially if you got a knife. You're supposed to be the smart guy and get away from them, not engage with it. You understand me? Because you're not really standing your ground if you're there with a knife. You understand? If you pick up a knife, there's only two things you're going to do with it. You won't wind up killing somebody, or you won't wind up half killing somebody. So you pick that knife up, you got to think about the consequences of what it can cause. You understand? You got to think about once you use it, what's going to have you where you're going to be at. You understand me? You can't pick it up. Had he not had the knife, he wouldn't be in the situation. So the problem is having the knife on you from the get-go. You in school. You understand? I don't care if it was 10 guys. We done been jumped before, but we can, recover from that. But when you're using a weapon that can take somebody's life, they can't recover from that. And this is how the system is paying you, that you had this with intent to do wrong. Because why you got a knife in school? So you paint a bad picture on yourself. So you got to avoid that. When that happens.
All right, so let's get back to the self-defense part. So what do you think about him claiming self-defense, that he was protecting his life and the jury didn't buy it? What's your opinion on that? I know you don't know much about it, but just your raw opinion.
Yeah, but, my opinion is this, right? You understand me? I understand the law. You know what I'm saying? And self-defense is only assisted in the courts when you are cornered in and you can't go no place. But if you can run away from the situation, then there is no self-defense. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
You pull it out and run, and you stand there and you continue to come back, regardless of how he may have feel. Nah, that's breaking the law in the state of New York, in majority any place. You know what I mean? If he was in his own home, that's another thing. But you're in a public school, and you could have ran. You know what I'm saying? They got away from him.
So do you think at any point maybe the parents failed him?
Yeah, the parents failed him. You understand me? Because school starts at home. You understand me? If the kid's not being taught at home how to go about living our society, it's easy for him to be drawn into negativity. You understand? The parents is not watching the kid. The parents is not seeing what the kid is going through. They're not having talks with them. They're not watching their behavior. You understand me? They learn when they change clothes, they call to change in any type of way. And that raise signs. You understand? Because when you're raising a kid, you should be able to know what direction he's going while you're raising him. You should be able to pick up when he's going astray. You should be able to know if he's coming in late or if he's hanging out with a crowd that's not good for him. And if you see these things and don't say nothing, then you allow him to feel it's okay. You understand me? And a lot of these parents, they problem is, instead of being parents, they want to be the child friend. And you can't be a child friend and be a parent. You got to be a parent. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a mother. You got to be a father. And a mother and a father look their child and they guide him. And when they see him doing something wrong, they spank him. You understand? But nevertheless, you don't have to spank him if you teach it all right from the door. So he was very much so let down in the home. Just to be able to think it was all right to go to school at night.
Okay, all right. So now I want to get back to where we was at. Tell him about what do you think that he's going to go through right now at the first week of him being locked up? What's going on in his mind for what you went through, being that you're in there right now? And for everybody watching, the link is in the live stream. If you want to call in, the phone number is right there on the screen. I answer my phone. You can call 24/7. I'm not biased. If I'm not near it, I don't answer it. If you call at 3 in the morning, it's not a problem, because if you got an issue at 3 in the morning, I want to be there to help you. So don't feel like it's 3 in the morning. If you were watching 3 in the morning, listen, I've been asleep, and while I'm, resting, I get the phone rings at 3 in the morning. I answer the phone and somebody tell me how much they love my show. I love to hear them tell me how much I love they love the show. You know what I mean? But you got to hit that like button and share it. You got to do that and hit that hype to get this message out. But now go ahead and speak on what's going on with him real quick. All right, and tell them who you are again and how much time you're doing and how long you've been locked up for those just tapping in. All right?
Yeah. And right now, you talking to Demo Dog. I'm up there telling how this story's going. I've been locked up going on 30 years. I was getting to 50. I'm an innocent man. Down police corruption and forgery and perjury. And at the end of the day, I'm saying I continue to fight for justice. I continue to rebel against what they're doing to me to stop me from receiving justice. So at the end of the day, I'm here explaining on what it is when you get sentenced to such time and what will go through your mind when they lock them gates and you know that they just gave you a light thing. Something that when you're young, you can't even really grasp for it. You understand? It may take 10 years. It may take 15 years for it to sink in because a lot of us be caught up in illusion. Thinking that it's not serious as it is because we're not really looking at what just happened to us. And when you're living in illusion, right now you coming in and you get more outside support. And don't get me wrong, outside support is good. It's a person, it's a crutch. You understand me? Because it allows you to get comfortable in a setting that is not human. You know what I mean? Nothing is crutch about it. So him coming in with that type of time, right now, he's grasping, he's putting on a facade because he don't want to look like it's really affecting him. But when he's in that cell at night, and he lay in that bed, and he find out that day after day, he got to wake up being counted. You understand me? Being told what to do. You got to look for anything you need far as, toilet paper, slips to write your mail and all type of nonsense that it just takes you out of being human. You know what I mean? It humanize you to like you some type of animal. And this is when it's going to sink in. You know what I'm saying? When he get in their cell at night. In daytime, he's going to put on massage because a lot of people is living in illusion. They're not taking reality serious until it hit them, until your family start dying off, until your girl go away. You understand me? Because you can't expect someone to stop their life because you got life. And that would be something. So at the end of the day, it's a nightmare for him. You understand me? He's young. You understand everything he's used to doing. He went from going to school to doing the prison. And that's a big shock. It's not when people that sit in the street doing what they're doing and get caught up in the mix. But when you go from going to school, from opening up a book, sitting in front of a teacher saying good morning, sometimes they singing the pledge or whatever for the school, now you inside of a prison with murderers, rapers, you know what I'm saying, kidnappers, robbers, people that got asshole full of time and they don't care about nothing. That takes effects on you. Because now it's either you going to blend in or you going to stay in your lane. And it's very hard for those to stay in their lane that never been out their lane. So, it's bad for him. And the only way he's going to stay strong is that his family got to tell him, got to show him. You know what I'm saying? We here, but we need you to be there for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We need you not to get involved and stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And fight this fight. Because it is a fight. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have been given all that time. Okay? You giving a man all his time like he was some serial killer or something. Like he was out there slinging 1,000 pounds of drugs and carrying 1,000 guns. And he got 6, 7 prior convictions. That's not right. That time do not fit that crime. You understand me? And it should have been manslaughter. But you gave him time like he was a murderer only because he's a black man. And that's no good. But he'll get it right.
All right. Well said, right? Let me ride on a little bit more, right? That's my man, BMO. Tell them again where you at and how much time you're doing so they understand how real this is.
Listen, man, they gave me 50 years. I've been down 30 joints. I'm in Clinton, down the mall. You understand me? The most famous max for murdering blacks. For people getting murdered by prisoners. You understand me? Nothing in here is nothing to play with. You understand? Everything is it's in everything. The floor, the sink, the toilet, the locker. You understand? The bed. All that still. You understand me? So you living in a metal closet. You know what I mean? And if you ain't got it right, you always be going wrong. know what I'm saying? So you can't allow this cell that's meant to break us down, to make us self-destruct, to take your mind. You got to think outside the box. And thinking outside the box is not being a part of what's going on inside the box. So, yeah, I've been up in here, and it's nothing to play with. I'm watching them die rapidly. I'm watching them OD. I'm watching them self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? And it's a pandemic because the people has been lost to the point where they don't want to be found. You know what I mean? I've never seen so many people that just gave up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. No. This is bigger than what it is. And if they don't get it together out there, it'll be right here. It's easy to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say yeah to some nonsense. But it takes a man to say no. Take a man to say, I ain't doing that. I'm going this way. You know what I'm saying? You got to have accountability and take on responsibility. Because the same sun that shines on the outside shines on the inside. You know what I mean? The family is a blessing, and the family can be a crutch. Only if the family allows you to use them as a crutch. If you use them as a crutch, then you will cripple his development.
All right, let me ask you a question. Right? Let me ask you a question because you want the inside. So I'm going to ask you some questions that I know they want to know, and this is going to get real deep, right? Now, what is worse, right? Being in the cell or the regret that led you to the cell? Being in the cell or the regret of the cell? Break that down for the people. What, cat got your tongue? Oh, his joint might have cut off, right? So let me come back on and finish the show till my brother called back, right? But this the type of joint that we give you over here at Unique Mecca Audio, man. You know what I mean? This is what we give you over here at Unique Mecca Audio. Now, right? Let me get into the show. I ain't going to ask them more questions. I'm going to wait till he come back, then I'm going to ask the questions. But Karmelo Anthony, the Bodycam, the cell, and the next 35 years. That's what we're going to talk about. That Bodycam was not just footage. It was the last image of the outside world before the prison reality began. 1 minute you're outside. The next minute your life is controlled by strangers. Wake up when they tell you. Eat when they tell you. Move when they tell you. Lock in when they tell you. That is the part young people don't understand. Freedom is not small until it's gone. And of course, let's go. Freedom feels normal until somebody else owns your schedule. Did you hear that? Freedom feels normal until someone owns your schedule. All right? Hold up. A homie calling back. Let me put him on speaker. Hold on. Yo, what up? Yo. Hello? Hold up. I got on speaker. Hello? Yo. He'll come in when he's ready. Let me finish going. 35 years is not a number, right? 35 years. Hold up. Hello? Yo. Hold up. So listen, right? Let me do a little show, and then I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna let you come in on what you hear me say. You ready? Huh?
Okay.
Put it on mute while I'm talking. I'm getting ready to ride right now. I feel like riding. Put it on mute. I get people put it on mute. See, I got my man calling all the way in from damn Moro. He been down 30 years. How real can you get than this? People say 35 years is fast, right, homie? But 35 years is not fast. 35 summers, 35 winters, 35 birthdays, 35 holiday seasons, 35 years of watching the world change from behind the walls. And you've been there 30 years watching it change from behind the walls. So now I'm going to want you to explain to them, what does it feel like to you watching the world change from behind the walls for the last 30 years and counting? The number is heavy. when you really count it. And I'm going to give the dude. As a matter of fact, come on, tell them what it feels like. It's on you, family. You got the mic.
Man, let me tell you something. Being up in here for 30 years, watching the world just go on without you. You understand me? Watching things change. You understand me? Watching your family die off. Man, it's one of the crucial feelings that the heart can be able to bear. You understand me? Because you're not really conscious of how much is going on because you can't see nothing. You understand? Everything it is their everyday life. You understand me? The same old thing. Nothing is good about this. You understand me? And we watching. We watching them grow. We watching them die. We watching them do all type of things that we have no part of. You understand me? It's like not just being cut off from society. It's like being buried alive. You understand me? And when you're being felt that way, it's like, you know, sometimes you ask yourself, how did I get in? You know what I'm saying? How allow this to go on this long? You understand me? When is too long, too long? You understand? And nobody has an answer, you know? And we watching. You know, we sitting there. You know, we watching how people take things that's really no value and they value it like it mean the world to them because they don't lost what we call focus with reality. You know what I'm saying? Things that's replaceable you put in front of human life. You know what I mean? And it's no good because you're sitting around a bunch of people that's not even focused on what's going on outside the world. Sometimes people forget about that it is the outside world because this is all they know. You understand? And when you're being here so long and you're watching the world go by, you watch people that do go out, that been out there, that have not been out there, they come right back. You understand me? Because they can't adapt to the real world. You understand me? It's like they feel out of place. They feel comfortable now being told what to do, live in certitude. You understand me? Being looked down upon. You understand? They don't know what it is to take in charge of their own life. They don't know what it is to go out there and be productive. They don't know out there and go out there and use new ideas and be able to experience, you know what I'm saying, everyday society. Seeing people speak to you freely, not because they know you or they're afraid of you, just because they're human. You understand me? Just because they have integrity and they compassion, you know? But in here, you're so used to somebody looking at you, it got to be for a reason. Somebody say something, it got to be for a reason. You understand me? And you forget about what people are going through out there. You understand me? And it comes to the point where it makes a lot of people in here cold. You understand? 30 years being locked down in this type of what you call filth, this type of what you call toxicness to really ruin you. If you ain't got a faith that you believe in, if you don't believe not just in your faith, but also in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what you believe, what you can achieve. And at the end of the day, it's been rough. You know what I'm saying? And we can't allow that to go on. You know? I done seen too much. I done seen too much go on. And it's sad. It's sad. I watched many people die up in here for 30 years. And it's like they was never even here. You understand? Because of the attitude, because of the way we see things. It's like, yeah, walk down, life still goes on. You know what I mean? Life goes on with nothing. You ain't got nothing in here. And that's bad. It's no good. And nobody wants to be here. You understand me? But when you get here and you're not aware of where you at, then you can get lost in here. And that's real easy. And that's not a good thing. So I advise you, don't come here. Don't try to be down. Don't try to impress. No. You know what I'm saying? The smart guy is the guy that grows. You understand me? Take baby steps. Because when you run and you never crawl, when you fall, you might never get back up. And that's what happens to a lot of us. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you could wind up here watching 50 years go by. I see people in here that 50 years. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know what the world is about. They don't even know how to use the tablets that they gave them because their mind is accustomed to going nowhere. And the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Mind is a very terrible thing to waste. If you don't stay focused and you don't get your mind right, you will be lost and you will be counted on as never coming back because they already got you marked as being dead. Being there is the graveyard. It's either you can lay down and get in a tombstone, or you can get up out of here. But we gonna get up out of here. You gotta look for what's better. Gotta hope for what's better. Gotta seek for what's better. And don't accept what they gave you. But it's bad in here. And I'm telling you, but I've been in here 30 years. You understand me? 75% of my family done died on me. You understand? Couldn't go see none of them. You understand? Things that people in my family don't went through. I could have been there had I not been here. Regardless that I'm innocent, you understand? But just being here watching everybody just go about life. You understand me? Some people forget what real food smells like, what it tastes like. Eating processed, eating toxic food, dying off. You understand? Young kids coming in here with real serious illness. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where it come from because they don't care about themselves. They're not taking care of their body. And when you don't take care of your body don't take care of you. So this is not the place. This is the belly of the beast. And guess what? In here is cold.
All right, see, that's what I'm saying. Hold up, family. Hold up. See, that's how real I keep it over here at Unique Mecca Audio, right? I let them see and talk to people that's in the system. He's been in 30 years. Tell him what it felt like your first year and compare your first year being that you a seasoned criminal to Karmelo Anthony that had never walked in a prison before in his life. Break that down and compare you to Karmelo Anthony right now. All right?
Well, when I came up in here, you understand me? It was very, very, very serious and dangerous. You understand me? And there was no, you understand me, telling someone that the system got you wrong or you innocent because they didn't care about that. You understand? They cared about what was going on in here. You understand me? They didn't care about if your mom was all right, if your kids all right. They cared about what was going on in the penitentiary because it was so serious that if you didn't focus on your surroundings, you can become a statistic of your surroundings. So coming up in here that first year and actually living away from my family like that, knowing that I got all these years to do, knowing that I might never see my mom again. You understand me? Or my brothers or my sisters. You understand me? And it's like, you get to the point where it just makes you just want to like lash out. You understand me? You know, I thank God that I'm that one that self-destruct like a lot of people did. But I have seen it, you know, and just going through it. You know, got to eat the food and, you know, just be looked at like I'm a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? I got people walking around, you understand, in front of the jail that's so racist and don't care nothing about you. You understand me? Tell you straight up how they feel about a black man that they refer to as a nigger. You understand? As a moon. You know what I mean? How they just do all type of nonsense and you put up with it. And you like, damn, this is the first year? What the hell is the rest of them gonna be like? And trust me, the worst of them, the rest of them even got worse. You understand me? I know what it is. You know, that man might be put in situations like I have been. Put in the box where you can't eat no food for 30 days because they not feeding you. You understand me? It gets so rough where they got the water cut off. You got to drink the water out the toilet if you want to survive. You know what I'm saying? Real survival. You understand me? You got to preserve and survive. And when you're trying to survive, you will do anything when you want to live. And it's bad because it's 10 times worse than it was when I came in. So it's going to be a nightmare for him. And I just pray that he got faith and strong faith, that he can be able to look past it. Because everything we go through, it comes to pass. It's up to you if you keep it in front of you. So I feel bad for him, but I also want him to know that he can feel good inside. You understand me? Because he got life inside of him. He breathing. As long as you're breathing, you got a chance. You know what I'm saying? Do not give in. Do not submit. Do not become a product of the violence. Because that road is wide. There's so many that done gave up and gave in. They don't want nothing else. And that's what's going to shock him. You know what I'm saying? He got to stay sober. He got to keep his mind. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the easiest places to become a statistic and become an addict. You understand me? Because that's what people do, run away from their time. You understand me? A lot of them, they indulge. And when you indulge, you're not facing reality. Your mind is not clear. So you're not really seeing what you're going through until you're down in the ground. You know what I'm saying? When they bury you. But if your mind is clear, then you could be able to face it without resistance. You could be able to do whatever they put you through. You understand me? With your head up. Because you'll be standing for something. That's only if you got your mind right. Because this is not no game. You can easily lose your mind. You understand me? And there is no real friends in this place. Everything that good is not gold. So don't let nobody tell you it's all right. You know what I'm saying? That you cool. You could never have your weight up in jail living in a closet. There's no such thing. You understand me? How you living and you talk about your weight up and you got your toys, you got your kitchen, you got your sink, you got everything right there in one little square box. They don't treat dogs and animals the way they treat people that's locked up. So don't get comfortable in this. Don't want to be fly. Don't have your people using their money to make you comfortable. Don't worry about what the next man is thinking. Keep your mind sharp and get up out of here. You understand me? Cross your T's, dot your I's. Because if you don't, they'll be crossing and Xing you out. Because you just a number, which they call collateral damage. And it's real. And at the end of the day, it's bad that the young man is going to go through this, but his loved ones, it's going to affect them even more.
Talk about that right there. Talk about how it's going to affect the loved ones, my dude.
We got to, it's going to affect them. You understand me? That they got to come visit him. Sometimes be strip search. Sometimes be denied a visit. Sometimes ain't no food in the visit room for your family to eat on you. Because this is what they do. They bring about hardship. You understand me? Sometimes they going to come and see you. You ain't going to be doing well. You understand me? And there's nothing they can do to help you. You understand? And it's going to take you, you understand, to assure them that you're all right and going to be all right. But the only way you're going to do that is that you got to have your mind right, your body right. The soul got to be really, really in tune. And if it's not, you're going to fall victim because your family going to start worrying. You understand me? When they don't get phone calls, they're going to worry. When their mail is not getting to you, they're going to worry when they send you packages and your package get lost because that's what the police do. They don't care about nothing about your family. You understand me? And they would treat them just like they treat you because they got no problem with it. And it's going to hurt them. You understand me? So you got to be strong because if you're not strong, some of your family can die from seeing your suffering. But the only way they can stay strong is knowing that you stand strong in it. And the only way you going to stay strong in it is that you got to have your head screwed on right. Don't get involved in the crowd. Walk alone. Because when you walk alone, you know what side your bread is buttered on. When you walk in a crowd, you don't know what people is on their mind. What they got in store, who's scheming and whispering. You don't need to be all that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lie, don't care who tell it, as long as it's being told. So it's good to walk alone. But I feel bad for his family because he's young. They're going to watch that young man grow old if he don't get out. And if he don't have his head on right, they're going to watch him die behind these bars. You understand? 2024, 143 died in New York State, all prisoners. 2023, 107. They have not gave the count yet for 2025 and 2026. And they are dying rapidly. They dropping. Not no old people, young kids. You understand me? Not because they're getting killed, just because they're not taking care of themselves. And they're indulging in all type of toxins. to ignore the pain. You understand me? And give you something to smoke and you lose your life quick. You just disappear. Your mind is gone. You got people that's in here that indulge in things that have got them where they like a baby. You can't control their bowels. You understand me? They don't know who their family is no more. It's easy to lose your mind. Once you lose your mind, you lose everything. That's the key. Don't lose your mind and stay strong up in this struggle. You got to take it personally. Because if you don't take it personally, ain't nobody else going to take it personally for you. This is nasty. This is not a place where you play at. This is not a place where you try to act like and try to be us. This is a place where you're going to have to really grab on to reality. And reality is that you're locked away. And you don't count in the outside world. You ever heard of out of place, out of mind? That's what goes on. Out of place, out of mind. All the people that you thought was your people on the outside, they're going to forget you. If they wasn't really your people. Out of sight, out of mind. They're going to forget you. But I tell you this, don't forget yourself. Because they forgot you. As long as you remember who you are and what you up against. And that you got a breath in your body. You can fight and get out. But you got to get out with change. You can't be doing the same thing. You got to admit to your wrongness before you can correct it and make it right. You got to know the reason why right went wrong. You just can't say it's wrong. You got to know the reason why it went wrong. Then you got to know what's going to happen if you stay wrong. Then you got to make the options to do what's right. It's not about no fun. You understand? It's not about no tough guy. There's nobody tough in here. You know why? Because at the end of the day, you lock in at night. And you get locked out in the morning. You ain't in control of nothing. You understand? You go on the business, you come on, you gotta scrape your ass. Excuse my expression. You gotta scrape your cheeks. You understand me? And be humiliated. You understand me?
Tell them what that's like, family. Tell them what that's like. Hold up, man. Hold up. You getting too deep for them. I don't know if they're ready. Yo, I'm about to play the intro. Y'all hit the like button, hit the emoji, put a comment, hit the hype button, do whatever you need to do. Cash App on the top. Make sure it says it was created in 2020. Yo, Mr. Universe, good looking. At least somebody understand that the game is to be sold, not told. Y'all can't get no more realer game than this. I don't understand why the Cash App is not jumping. Yo, hold on, son. Let me get an intro real quick. All right. Keep it going. 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 Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. I like to. All right, let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. I got my man in here tonight. You know what I mean? I don't think y'all really understand what's going on. I got my man in here tonight, man. Hold up. Let's get him right. Let's get him in here. You understand? Yo, like I said, the game is to be sold, not told. I don't see the Cash App moving. I hope the like buttons is moving in the back. There you go. We got Princess Baller. We got Mr. Universe. You know what I mean? Let's get this thing moving. It might even be somebody else up top. I don't understand why the Cash App ain't moving when y'all getting content like this. You can't get nowhere else. My man is in jail 30 years and he's talking to y'all right now. 30 years and he's talking to y'all. You know what I mean? So how much more real can you get than that, right? Let me get back down to the bottom of this. Now, yo, check it out, right? I want you to just listen, right? I'm going to have to do a little joint real quick, right? Now, that's Princess Bella, right? That's Princess Bella. I think it's Control. All right, whatever. But that joint is big. All right, so I'll move it over. And I lost the comments. All right, but I lost the comments. Hey, put the comments back up there. We need the comments. But check it out, right? Now, Karmelo has to become somebody new. You understand what I'm saying? Right, B-Mo? Somebody has to become somebody new. The person who walked, listen. Let me just run through this spiel one time. I can't read the whole comment, so make it where I can read the comment. The person who walked into prison cannot be the person who survives prison. He has to learn discipline. He has to learn patience. He has to learn silence. I'm going to need you to respond to this in a minute. He has to learn control, because prison does not care how emotional you are. Prison only respects structure. Break that down, and I'm going to give you the final jewel, right? I'm going to give you the final jewel on that. If you don't change, listen, if you don't change in prison, prison will change you the hard way. And just remember what I said above. The person who walked into prison cannot be the person who survives prison. He has to learn discipline, patience, silence, control, because prison does not care how emotional you are. So right there, break that down to them in your own terms. I'm going to give you the screen by yourself. All right?
All right. Well, you know, basically, when you up inside this place, you understand, and you're not looking for change, you understand, you just think everything's the same, then you become a product of that environment. When you come up into prison, you have to learn how to be patient. You have to learn that things change, and being that things are different where everyday life is nothing. You understand me? You have to adapt with it, meaning you have to discipline yourself so you don't become one being disciplined. You understand? You have to change your way of thinking, the way you see things, the way you go about responding to things. You understand? Because everything is around what you call control and structure. You understand me? And structure is what allows you to move along that structure. Because if you're not moving along like you're supposed to, then you will become something that you don't want to become without you having any type of say-so. So at the end of the day, when you come up in here, you have to learn how to be very, very courtesy. You understand me? You have to learn how to respect people's privacy. You got to learn how to respect other people's space. You got to learn how to talk to these people that's in charge, because it's easy for them to do anything because they're in charge of your food. They're in charge of letting you out to take showers. They're in charge of letting you out to go get free time to walk around. They're in charge of giving you your packages. You understand me? So now you have to learn how to speak. You understand me? Like you want to be spoken to. But it's a structure that you got to go by. You understand? And if you're not applying by these things, then you will become the next Joe Blow that they treat any type of way. And you're doing things that you get mad and power. They don't care about that. They don't care about all the whining. You understand me? And here, you understand? It's either you going to man up or you going to man down and be a boy. You understand? Now you're going to take on these responsibilities and change your way of thinking and become patient and be able to create new ideas that's positive. When you're not involved with negativity and you're able to have that family support and do what needs to be done the right way, then you can survive it. But if you're going about things thinking it's about you and what you want to do and how you want to do it, and you a guy waiting for an accident to happen, because it don't work like that. You understand? And one thing about the penitentiary, just like in the streets, the ground accepts everybody. So if you ain't trying to go in that ground, then you better show that you appreciate walking on it. And you better walk on it with the structure that's put in there. Don't go against it. You understand me? Go around it and walk the right way. Because it's rough. You know what I'm saying? And ain't too many people gonna give you a warning. They're not gonna give you insight on how this goes. You gotta see it with your own eyes. You understand me? If you can't see it and adapt, then you will be forced to adapt to something you don't want to adapt to. And that's what goes on. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere we go, it's all about development and growth where the structures are in place. And if you're not in the right structure and doing what's going to be productive instead of reproductive, then you're going to become a statistic. And it is so easy to be drawn out. You understand me? That pride. They don't care about pride. They care about common sense. Common sense is what keep you alive in the penitentiary. You understand me? Changing is what keep you alive in the penitentiary. You can't come in like you was in the street, because a lot of people forget when you come in here, you check the gun at the door. You understand me?
Explain what you mean by check the gun at the door.
Check the gun at the door mean that big gun that you carry around on you in the street is not coming in the penitentiary with you at all. Coming up in here, basically naked. You just not butt naked. So that means you're going to have to stand up and be a man. Those that never fought will learn how to fight or get slapped around. You understand me? But it would be structure. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to mind your business and you're a guy that's about doing what's right and you're not messing with nobody, you got people that will stand up for you. You understand me? But if you're a guy that want to be involved in all the negativity and want to be down, then you're a guy that's going to fall down. Because let me tell you something. It's either you can come in here and get out of here, or you can come in here and stay in here. And it's easy to stay in here. They're giving out new pigs with a blink of an eye. They don't care. You got guys that come in with 3 years and got 25 years, 30 years, because they wanted to be down. You understand? No. You got to change. Change is good. Change is growth. You understand me? And if you're not ready to change and grow, then you're going to be your own worst enemy. Because at the end of the day, you're in charge of your destiny. So you got to be careful what you go into. Who you praise. You understand me? You got to praise people with good character. You understand me? People that got integrity. You know what I'm saying? People that live by morals, principles, and not willing to compromise their boundaries. That's what's going to allow you to grow inside of here. You understand me?
You have 1 minute left.
On respected time. Yo, I got to get ready to get up out of here. I want y'all to know I appreciate y'all listening. I hope you take heed, because there's nothing to play with, and don't take your freedom for granted. Appreciate it. Love it. You understand me? Wrap it around your neck and learn how to live. Because coming in here, you're going to stop living. With that said, peace and blessing to all those. And I hope you strive and live up to your full potential, those that's listening. Because it's more than life than being up in here. Ain't no life in here. It's cold. It's dark. With that peace.
How you sleep at night? Tell them how you sleep at night for the last 30 seconds.
Listen, man, at night, man, since I've been locked up, I sleep with my clothes on. You know why? Because I ain't home. And I don't never know when that gate gonna bust. You understand me? And certain shit are
Thank you for using Security. Goodbye.
All right, so that's what it is, right? We're in the prison channel, and we breaking it down so you understand. We telling what Karmelo Anthony's going to have to go through. I brought a man on here that's been in 30 years and still in after 30 years and still fighting for his freedom. Now, I'm going to give y'all the jewel. Check it out. If you don't change in prison, prison will change you the hard way. Now, we're going to talk about the yard will test him. This is how the yard is going to test Karmelo Anthony. The yard is not school. The yard is not social media. The yard is not the courtroom. The yard watches everything. How to walk, how to talk, how to sit, how to react. Inside, little things become big things because there's nothing else. Look forward. Misunderstanding, all of it can matter. And the jewel in that, got to give you the jewel. In prison, discipline is not optional. It's survival. The people calls will get harder. The phone calls will get harder. I'm feeling nice. I'm just riding right now. If y'all like the content, put in the comment. Man, let me wake y'all up real quick. Keep it going. Keep it going. And hit that like button. And hit that like Yo, I done brought my man up here. Been locked up all that time. You know what I mean? Use a LX6Q. Good looking for OG staying up. That's what I'm saying. Look how late I'm up. I can't even get a Cash App. Cash App is above me. Make sure you hit the icon and see it was created in 2020. I don't care. Listen, if everybody listening right now send me $1, I'll be good. Whatever you send over that will be a blessing. Now, I'm going to talk about how the phone calls will get harder. At first, people answer. Then, let me get some music in here. Y'all want some music? Because I can do all this thanks to the Cash App. You know what I mean? Life gets busy. People miss calls. People change numbers. People move on. That's when loneliness gets loud. And a man has to decide if he would let loneliness destroy him. That's why I don't understand why the Cash App is not jumping when I'm giving y'all jewels like this. The hardest silence is the phone that stops ringing. That's the hardest silence when you're in prison. His mind will keep returning to that day when it all happened. This is the part I know from experience. Your mind travels backwards. You think about one decision at a time. One argument, 1 second, one movement. You start asking, what if I called anyway? What if I called calm? What if I went there in person? But prison doesn't answer what ifs. Prison answers, what now? And that's why I'm going to give you the jewel. The past asks, what if, right? Accountability asks, what now? The world will judge, but he must grow. I just want to know why the Cash App not jumping. I'm going to still put your comments up there. Unique. What did it say? Unique. I'm thinking of some of my own MCM jackets. I love those old school Louis Vuitton jackets. Alpo wore the MCM jackets were bigger than you guys. The center fashion. Hold on. I think I got one, right? Let me show you one, right? I'm going to throw one on for you real quick. Let me see if I grab one out. I'm going to grab one out for y'all real quick. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play the outro and I'm going to grab a jacket. I'm going to let you see what the MCM look like, what they talking about. All right? That's how real this is. If this don't worth the Cash App, let me know.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio, Mecca what? Mecca audio.
Fresh out the can of 26, heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube.
All right, this is what he talking about. This is Dapper Dan joint, right? This is Dapper joint. This is the MCM joint. You know, this is what they talking about. This is how real this program is. I'm going to show you the back real quick, right? I'm going to show you the back real quick. All right? This how we did it back in the day. Look at the sleeve. Look at the sleeve. All right? Look at the back. You know what I mean? This how I rolled up in what they call that joint back in the day. Hold on, I got to spin backwards. I'm nice. I'm chilling. This how we rolled up in the rooftop, right? In the rink over in Jersey with the Dapper Dan joint. Now, but I'm going to get back to the show, right? Because the world will judge, but he must grow. You understand? We change these comments up. That was about the Dapper Dan joint. So I went and put the jacket on for you, right? Now, Yeah, we expect MCM's back. Yeah, see, this the MCM joint. You know what I mean? Tell you, by the way you dress in a different era. You already know I dress. I'm still in my era. I'm in my lane. Peace to the gods. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mr. Universe, you already know. Big shout out. Good looking on the commissary donation. Ooh, I'm going to learn how to make that design. That's what I'm talking about. You know? Point the picture for the OG. Point the picture. I must be hitting some of the comments. It'll be tough. All right, then I'm going to get right back into the show. Yeah, that's the 5% joint. You know what I mean? Dealing with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, making sure we can break down the show that knowledge is to know the ledge. Wisdom is wise words spoken. Understanding is to comprehend what is being spoken, because some say that knowledge and understanding one and the same, because you must know before you understand. And then you're capable of wisdom, and which is wise words, because you're dealing with cultural freedom. Because your culture comes first. And once you have your culture, then you become free. And your mind, which is your dome, becomes free. That's freedom. Then you have the power of refinement. The power to refine yourself from chasing the devil's ways. Then you're dealing with equality, because now you can see things all balanced. Which is also the queen, which is her limitation, which is 6. And then you have the number 7. Which is God. And when we say God, because we know God has 7.5 ounces of brain, 7.5 ounce is equivalent to infinity. That means his brain cells could go on infinite. That's why we now have computers and technology and things of that nature, because number 8 is to build or destroy. You have to build to destroy the negativity within you so that you could become number 9. This is the mathematics I'm giving you, which is be or born. Be is to come into existence, and born, you already know. Then you have knowledge cipher. That means that you knowledge the cipher, which is the square, the circle that has everything within it. You see how I break this down? Now, let me get back to the show, Rob, because I know I might have took it all for a minute, but we ride. That's what we do at the Mecca. That's why you hit the like button, you share this video, you hype this video, you do all that. People would judge Karmelo Anthony. People would defend Karmelo Anthony. People would attack Karmelo Anthony. People would ask his name for views. And they would use his name for views. But none of that matters inside the cell. The only thing that matters now is growth. Because if he does not grow, the time will eat him alive. And that's why we're going to give you the jewel. 2, you cannot control every emotion, but you can control who you become. And that's why he must study. 2 families are surviving pain. We cannot talk about this without talking about both families. One family lost a son. Another family lost a son to prison. The different pain is the different circumstances, but pain on both sides. That's why this story should never be entertainment. And I got to give you the jewel. This is what warning, right? This is a warning, not a show. I know people click for the headlines, but I need them to leave with the lessons. The lesson is simple. Control your emotions. Control your pride. Control your reaction. Because once the system gets involved, control gets taken away. You like the Dapper Dan joint? See, I threw that joint on for you. I never even wore this joint. That's how I used to roll up, you know what I mean, in the joint. And when control is gone, freedom is gone. Now, we got to give you the jewel. Self-control is freedom protection. Now, the final unique Mecca audio warning, right? This is my final warning to you. I've been behind those walls. I know what that life feels like. I just brought you a man that's still behind those walls for 30 years. I know what it means to miss decades. I know what it means to watch your daughter grow up without you. When I went to prison, I have a daughter that was 18 months. I came home, she was 27 years old. You know, the culture shock and how we had to rebomb when I'm telling her what I will not tolerate as a father, and I have never been there. And I got the nerve to say what I would tolerate. At the same time, I was a man before I became her father. And I stood on it. We went through our heartaches and we bumped heads and she fought because she has my blood in her. But from there, we got understanding. I know what it means to miss decades. I know what it means to watch your daughter grow without you. I know what it means to ask God for another chance. That's why I speak like this. Not to judge, not to mock, not to glorify, but to warn the youth before the warnings become their life. And I got to give you the final jewel. The streets are real, but prison is realer. And it's not worth it. I'm going to ask you all the 10 viral questions, right? What does 35 years really mean to a young person to you? Question number 2, can a person change after a sentence like this? Can Karmelo Anthony change after a 35-year sentence? Question number 3, does prison break people or reveal people? Question number 4, what happens when the phone calls stop? How does he deal with it? How does it affect him? How did it move him and shape him to move forward? Should both families be discussed with respect? Should both families be discussed with respect? Is the body cam a warning to the youth? Question 7, what would have saved this whole situation? And we know the first thing come to mind is to walk away. Is self-control the real street code? Do young people understand permanent consequences? And the final question is, what is the biggest lesson from Karmelo Anthony's case? Put it in the comments, y'all. You know what I mean? Now, let me move this over here. And I'm even going to show it to you. All right, so you can see the comments that I'm looking at. Right? This is where I'm at. Now, we're going to deal with this one at a time. I'm going to roll up. And we're going to drop some of these comments. You know what I mean? All the older heads that raised me, coming up, kept it real, and told me don't go away. I'm glad I listened. Got my brother right now in the feds doing 45 years, spent most of his life in and out of the system. You know what I mean? Now, you know, I'm dropping the questions on you right now real quick. Wow. All right, let's go. So I'm put that right here so we can get this thing moving, right? Now, we're going to rewind this. Let me go back over here. I want to put a picture of Karmelo Anthony up here while we knock this out. Hold up. I want to get a picture up here, but this joint keep moving. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. When you want to do something, you don't want to do it for nothing. So we got Shorty showing Karmelo walking down the stand, right? So now we're going to hit the comments. All the older heads that raised him, we seen that, right? So you go, I'm 28 while my brother been locked we lost our mother and our sister. Yes, and your brother have to deal with that on the inside. That's why you need to be there for him. I'm the youngest out of all siblings. I'm glad I took on the wisdom and learned from other mistakes. Now, Jocelyn Star 209. Peace, God. I remember you in the 80s rap. Respect to you and your message. I think you have a powerful message for the youth and the adults. God bless all day. Devon, the Divine Soul Child, my #1 monitor right now. Yeah, I said it, my #1 monitor. I need our moderators, my #1 moderator. He said that being in there feels like being buried alive. I agree with the brother's statement of that feeling, being trapped in the system, the dark side of the matrix. Those people become numbers and codes. Now, Tish Jones 506. Those guys that snuffed out Julio Fulio got sentenced to life, and today their faces. I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow. So it's first thing in the morning, right? Disappointed. I can't even pronounce it. You gotta do that. Facts. They got a different energy now. Twist Jones. Facts. This is real deal. Unique. Give the game raw. As I always do. Ain't nothing like your freedom. Stay solid, brother. Keep dropping that heat. Stay solid. The brother is telling the truth about in the Mecca. This is how this show is official gangster channel with connections to the streets and to the real ones. Good evening, everyone. Hit that like button. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Come on, dog.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
That's where we at, right? Now, hit that like button. Ain't nothing like your freedom. Keep dropping that. You already know it's heat. Facts. So you never face that reality. You see how real this is? Hit that like button, share. I've been up here long enough. How long I've been on here? I'm ready to tap out, man. I gotta go lay down. I gotta walk my dog. I'm feeling good. I've been up here 2 hours. I'll be here all day putting these comments up. Y'all ain't putting no cash app up anyway, so y'all don't really, ain't really asking to be up there. I'm glad, Unique, that you woke up some people. Right? That's Ruben Perez. All right? Y'all ain't putting no cash app, but I'm going to still put y'all up there. I grew up visiting my parents and siblings in prison. The whole family does time. Talk to them. That's loyalty. A life was taken, 2 lives lost. 35, a whole lifetime. 19 to 50 is lifetimes developed. All right, I'm just running through, let y'all see the comments. I'm not going to respond because I ain't getting the cash apps anyway for me to sit here and give y'all my time, but I'm going to give y'all the exposure so you can even put your brand in real quick. I'll even put that up there because I ain't got a problem. You know what I mean? So refreshing to hear this tape from a black man. I was thinking the community mindset was losing it. Angel eyes. Nah, I got you, sis. Supreme Mathematics. Yeah, I broke it down, so y'all got something. And I didn't even get a cash app for that. Man, I'm out of here, man.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime.
Word is born. Hit that like button, hit that like button. I gave y'all a lot for nothing, a lot for nothing. Let's keep it moving, let's keep it moving, let's keep it moving. I'm hot, I've been here all night. I've been messing with y'all got the love, I appreciate it. Thanks, my man. You know what I mean? For tapping in. I'm going to hear his video tomorrow or the day after.
Fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops. Mecca
hit that like button, hit that like button. Come on now. I'm giving y'all free exposure, y'all. I didn't give you a cash app. I'm still giving you exposure because I love you.
Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. And we gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top demon so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You eat back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours. So we can give back to the
cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio.
Fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops.